Hey everybody, it's Demon here. Thank you so much for tuning into the Demon Cast. You're listening to Breaking the Rise of the Rune Lords, Episode 4.
Divide by 3.
So what's the base of a skeleton?
One skeleton is 135 EXP each.
Times 2 divided by 3 is 90 XP.
You guys level up. And,
Wait, Rusty Dragon in?
Sudden,
I'm sorry, I just hit the record button.
You guys, so you guys make your way back from the hunt to the Rusty Dragon Inn to have lunch. And, all of a sudden, you hear a door slam open, and a person who is clearly of nobility steps out. And she goes... Hold on. This is, and he screams, "Where the hell is my daughter?" The other patrons of the bar, recognizing him and knowing his reputation for wrathful outbursts, grow very quiet and interested in their meals. And if so, do you guys do anything at this point?
Negative.
No.
Okay. He walks further into the bar, his eyes looking around. And hold on. And you notice things about him. You notice that this man is a middle-aged Tian, and although he looks much older than his age, due to what almost seems like lack of sleep, he seems extremely paranoid and racked with shame. Let's see what else. As he looks around, he notices the heroes, and he gets distracted. Here are the heroes who saved Sandpoint from the raid. And angrily, he approaches you guys, and he starts shouting all kinds of obscenities and saying if you hadn't that you endangered everyone with your ill-advised antics, and that you should have left the town to the defense of the town to the city guard and other trained professionals.
You are correct, sir.
Do you guys say anything other than that?
Nope. Yuki would actually just ignore him. He's not even there.
He continues to insult you, shouting and just being an asshole. And then you hear the door to the kitchen slam open, and out comes the owner of the bar. It's Amiko, the woman who had given you that 7-day free stay, and the bar comes out, and Longico and Amiko, which is the noble's name, begin to argue and shout at each other. Do you guys do anything?
Nope. I take a drink of wine.
It depends on how much this escalates on what Yuki will do next. So continue.
Yeah, I don't do anything.
Okay. Amiko shouts at him to leave, and tells him to leave her in immediately. Enraged, he grabs her by the hair and tries to drag her from the tavern, but she dodges and brains him with his soupy ladle. Hits him not kills him, hits him in the head with it. Spattering fish stock and potatoes all over his hair and outfit. This act of public defiance wounds his pride more than anything else. And after he sputters for a few moments and utters, "You're as dead to me as your mother," before storming out of the tavern.
I clap.
What was that all about? I'm asking the keeper.
She just sighs and ignores your question, and she picks up the ladle and pulls a hair out of the mess and says, "I'll need a well-cleaned ladle now, since that jackass's stew is not on the menu."
Lies will snap her fingers and press a digitation, and everything is better. Cleaned up.
Yeah, no. Oh,
No,
okay.
no, it cleans it up.
I sit back down.
She, okay. So, the resulting cheers and laughter from the tavern's patrons help her attitude immensely. And if you guys came to thank her, which you did not, she would have offered you another free week of rooms, and that dinner would have been on the house.
Well, what do you mean? We were just trying to talk to her.
And
I was asking what that was all about.
You would well, you didn't help her. That's the thing.
Oh,
so you would have gotten 400 XP if you gotten involved, and 600 if you did a really good job at role playing it. You didn't do any, so you get no XP.
Well, I did clean up the mess.
I had no idea.
I thought it was going to escalate a little bit more before you just ended it. I'm like, oh. She was going to dump her drink on
It's not my fault.
I care not.
I'm so sad now.
Well, let's just move on then.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that day ends. And it is now the night. You guys want to do anything?
Hide on the roof.
Okay.
Why?
Yuki's going to lay in bed contemplating on how she shall make that man suffer the next time she sees him.
And
there's my climb check.
All right, you get up there.
Yeah.
All right. So time passes, and it is the next day. Do you guys want to go out and explore? You guys should do some shopping.
Sure. Why not? I could buy things.
Okay.
Yes. Sounds wonderful.
I don't even know what I have in my kit.
Why don't you just look up your kit? It should show everything.
I did, but I don't see where my kit is.
Demon, do you want to help him?
Well, I don't know what's in his kit. What kit is it? The fighter's kit?
Yeah, the fighter's kit.
Right. Locks, keys, tools and kits.
So where would you guys like to go?
Oh wait, I think I found it. Maybe.
Okay.
Fighter's kit includes a backpack, bedroll, belt pouch, flint and steel, iron pot, mess kit, rope, soap, torches, 5 days worth of trails rations, and a water skin.
Okay.
Okay.
Where do we want to go, you ask?
Yeah, why don't you guys go out and explore and get some supplies?
Okay.
Yuki wants to buy some paint and a couple little capsules.
You guys can split up for this, and we can do 3 separate things. So, how about Yuki goes first? So, where does Yuki want to go?
Yuki just wants to go find an arts type store and buy some paint and potentially like little capsules of something. Just so she can have some fun. So
you head out to the market?
Yeah.
And I will just put lines. I mean, I guess I can put everyone down, but we'll just be focusing on Yuki first. Okay. So tell me again what you wanted to do.
She wants to go to like an artsy type store to buy some paint and some capsules that she can probably throw.
Okay.
And they would explode.
Here's where I ask, Demon, how do I set up a storefront?
You just roleplay it out.
Okay. And, sounds good to me.
You pick some kooky old store owner and you're like, what do you want, sonny?
Okay. Alright, so Yuki goes up to one of the vendors, and let's say this one. Okay. So talk to her.
Yuki is going to quietly ask if she has paint or ink.
Paint? Yes.
I would like to purchase some paint and a few, I guess, easily destroyed bags.
For all that, it will be about a silver.
She's totally going to just pay the girl a silver. Or the woman.
Okay. You pay her silver and she gives you your orders.
And now she's going to sit like on a bench and start putting the paint in the bags.
That is a trough.
Well,
You sit down in a trough.
Where's
and
a
you
bench?
roll
I
over
didn't
you.
know what it was.
You look around and you don't seem to see... Actually, you see a bench right here.
Okay, she's going to go over there and start doing her thing.
Alright, Organi's, I guess, will be next.
Okay. I have no idea what to buy.
Pay no attention to the duplicates of everybody.
There's duplicates?
There was clones of you guys.
I'll go up to what looks like a weapon shop.
Okay.
You there? What do you have for sale?
And this guy actually has a real inventory, so give me a minute. You go to one of the armories, and the man says that the sign says that it sells. He's just like a general armor store, and so he sells all manners of weapons and armor, including several masterwork and exotic weapons. Like, for instance, a spiked chain, a dozen masterwork shuriken, and a +1 repeating crossbow. Among many other items.
Damn sure.
Alright. Well, anything better than my greatsword?
And now I need to look up the SRD and look up greatsword.
I mean, the only thing that I think would be better than the greatsword at this level would be a masterwork greatsword or a masterwork +1 greatsword.
That's what I was thinking.
Masterwork +1 is going to run you like 1,000+ gold.
Oh. Well, I don't think I can buy... I don't want to buy anything.
And a masterwork weapon, I think, is going to be over 300 gold.
I don't have 300 gold.
No, we don't.
But they're just
Okay,
shurikens.
well, is there a general store nearby?
Well, I mean, he sells other things. He sells regular weapons and other stuff.
Okay.
In
Health
addition,
potion?
he also sells special weapons. So, what did you ask?
Health potions. Does he sell health potions?
He does not, but he points to a stall nearby that does.
Now that's thinking. I shall follow the fighter.
I would like to buy some health potions. How much?
Give me a second. Potions.
Potion seller. I'm going into battle. I need your strongest potions.
Price of potions. Okay.
Should be
Alright.
50?
Yeah, 50 GP for all the basic things.
Per potion?
Yep.
For all the basic potions. I will give you a table of all of the things that are 50 GP.
Okay.
Here you go.
Probably cure light wounds is what we want.
Yep. I'll buy 1 Cure Light Wounds potion, please.
50 gold?
Alright.
Make it 2.
Okay. Well, actually, I don't know how much money you have, Lies. How much money do you have?
Well, our pooled gold is 110.
And then you have your individual.
I have 27 left over
Okay.
for my personal self.
So your total wealth available is about 248.69, and then, but the amount available to everyone in the party is 110 plus their current wealth.
Yeah, so perhaps we should just pool all our money, get 3 health potions, and then just split the money again.
Okay.
Sounds good.
You want to add that together, guys?
So what is plus 27? What's
I'll do 150 minus the thing.
well, what is
Yeah, I can do it.
you guys' gold values?
To 48.69.
Argani, how much gold do you have?
Me?
Yeah.
Is that after I bought the potion? Your light wounds?
Do you have enough to buy one off by yourself?
Yeah, I have enough to buy one by myself.
If you buy three of them, you will have. If you all pull your money all together, then you would have a grand total of 98.69 gold left.
Well, if he has enough money to just purchase one by himself, how much money you got left over after that?
22.69 G.
Oh, okay. How much money does Yuki have?
39, but she would probably finish up her painting, go run over to the armor's other guy, and buy 20 shurikens if he has them.
Well, can we just pull the 100 gold for 2 potions out of the thing for Lies and Yuki?
Okay.
How much?
Well, for Lies and Yuki, if you add Yuki and Lies together, that would give you one more potion. And then you would have...
Okay, we have 110 pooled gold.
Yes.
If he has enough to buy his own potion and have basically how much I have just starting off,
I see what you mean.
Pull 2 potions out of the pool.
How do you want to do the math? Do you want to do that math for me, Demon?
Yes, there's 10 gold left in the pooled gold.
Okay.
And we each have a potion of Cure Light.
And, okay.
And D8 plus 1. Please note that, Yuki. Lies will come hand you a potion.
That's nice.
Don't drink it now.
Wow, that's mean. She thinks Yuki's that dumb?
Yuki really hasn't said much.
Yeah.
Period.
Alright, and at this time... Has everyone bought what they wanted?
She wants to buy 20 shurikens, which is 4 gold.
Okay. Add that to your inventory.
Yeah.
Can you get sneak attack with shuriken?
If I'm close enough.
Nice.
And I subtracted from your gold for you, so don't worry.
Because they do 2 damage.
Okay. Everyone ready?
Yeah. There's nothing else that could be useful.
Let us make haste to the next side quest.
Well, the next thing that happens is...
I do enjoy the design of the square, but not the statue.
It's up to you.
Wait. Okay, started.
Alright. As you are walking around, a lady walks up to you screaming and crying, and she begins to explain her story. Elagast and her are a typical Sandpoint family with 2 children and a loyal family dog. They were present at the Swallowtail Festival where Aaron, which is one of their children, saw a goblin light a cat on fire and then caper around the burning remains. The poor boy really hasn't been the same since. Every night, the howls of terror send Petal, which is their dog, into a barking fit. And when his parents investigate, Aaron claims a goblin came out of the closet. Allergast, the father, checks the closet dutifully but found nothing. And ever since, the kid has been complaining about the closet goblin. And his complaints have been grown more and more tiresome to his parents. Yesterday, Allergast threatened to make Aaron sleep in the woodshed if he couldn't learn to be a man and sleep through the entire night. All of this is told by the wife, who is clutching her baby girl to her chest and clinging to the back of Aaron's shirt with the other. She goes on to say that last night, Allergast didn't go out to go to soothe Aaron when he had night terrors. And then a few moments later, they heard poor Petal cry out in pain, and Aaron's screams turned shrill. This time, Aaron wasn't just having nightmares. She pauses, taking a breath, and then shows the baby's arm, the boy's arms. They're covered with fresh goblin bites. When Allergast burst into the room, he found a goblin crouched on his son's chest. Petal was dead, a knife deep in his ear, and the goblin was frantically trying to chew off Aaron's arm. Allergast attacked the goblin and chased it into the closet, where it clambered into a hole it had cleverly hidden under an old fur. Allerghast flew into a rage, and Andy started tearing apart. And as he started tearing apart the closet in an attempt to get the goblin, Emily panicked and fled the house with her children to seek out you for aid.
Huh. Well, that's worse than a rat problem.
So will you guys help her?
Well, I guess so.
Worth checking out.
I have no problem murdering goblins.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Okay.
To this hole.
You arrive.
Wait, weren't we supposed to see a priest about something?
Were we?
Can't remember.
I don't think you got help from the priest. The priest sent the sheriff to help you check out.
Oh yes, that's what it
crypt.
was. The priest of Desna.
Okay.
Blessed be the future and the past, the life and the death.
Okay. So you guys head to the house, and you are now outside of it. Do you see it?
No,
No.
we're in the market.
Okay, I didn't change it. I forgot to change it over again. So who wants to go inside?
I'll lead.
I'll follow.
And hold on a second. I need to do something real fast.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready.
There you go.
I check to see if the door is locked.
The door is not locked. In fact, it opens with the slightest touch.
I walk in.
There doesn't appear to be anything.
where's
So the
this
goblin
hole?
sees me right away?
What's that?
Does the goblin see me right away? Because I see him.
You do not see him yet. I don't have the lights. I don't have the walls set correctly. He is behind a wall right here.
I see.
He's in a closet. This is a closet.
Oh, I
You
see.
do not see him yet. You do, however, once you open the door, see the dead dog. And a body, half in the closet.
I look around.
Why don't you roll a perception?
Okay.
Just you. Because you're the only one in there. You gonna roll? Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I was just looking at my perception. There we go. I roll 17.
You conclude that the body in the that is stuck half in the closet is obviously the husband. He has appeared to have been killed.
Okay.
Oh, I am not telling the wife. I do not like emotions.
Alright, well, I walk forward.
Okay.
To examine the body.
As you examine the body, you hear a shrill shriek as the goblin dives out of the closet and charges at you. The goblin appears to be wielding a very sharp knife. Roll for initiative. Okay. So, his initiative is +3. 16. The goblin lunges out of the closet and swings at Argani and tries to stab him. So that would be +3. 16 versus AC.
That is a hit.
Okay.
Just barely.
Okay. 4 damage.
Okay.
It slices into you and draws blood. Do you want to mark that on your character? The damage?
Okay. You mean in roll 20 or just note it down?
What's your total health?
My total health?
Your normal total health.
5.
5?
25.
Okay, 25. Okay. So here you go. Okay. It is your turn.
My turn?
Yes.
Wait, he rolled the one. He didn't organize the turn order.
I thought I did. I did. It is organized. Oh, no, I see. Okay, so let's do that again. So it is Lai's turn.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. So here's a thing that I can do that I completely forgot that I can do. I'm going to saunter all up into this area by him, and then touch him with a dazing touch, which right now is just going to show as a club.
So what's the rule say?
That's a 3 versus touch.
3 versus touch?
I hate this shit.
Yeah, that don't even have to look. That's not going to hit.
Yep. So nothing happens.
Okay.
And can't you keep even get in there? There's a wall on the other side of the closet.
Oh, you mean Yuki?
Yeah.
No,
No,
Yuki can't get in there.
So, is there any point in doing anything?
No, I'm gonna let you guys handle that and be like, head out the door. And I'm assuming this is the wife.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good thing her mask is on. She's just like, your husband's dead.
She sobs, and she has a complete breakdown and cannot be consoled.
Okay, Yuki wasn't trying to. She's gonna walk back in a little bit and just leave her up there.
Okay, it is Argani's turn.
Okay, I hit the goblin. Or at least try.
Nice.
Alright, that's a hit.
Wait, isn't that a critical?
No.
I think
Because you have to roll a
just
natural
19.
20.
Oh, I see.
Unless it's in the crit range of your weapon, which is probably not an 18.
Your crit range is most likely 19 to 20.
Yep, it's 19 to 20.
Okay. But it's still 14 damage.
Yeah.
I believe the goblin is... Yeah, you kill him. He's not dead yet, though. I'm sorry, I should clarify. What do you want to do with him?
Is it worth interrogating him at all?
He looks heavily emaciated, as if he hasn't eaten in a very long time.
Thoughts, lies?
That's really... Can I look in the hole?
Okay. Roll a perception.
That's 19.
So you look into the hole, and you immediately see that it looks as though the goblin must have been living in there for quite a few days. There are some dead rats scattered around, and bits and pieces of stuff that look like once were up in the actual house. It appears that the goblin became trapped in there. Possibly he fled into this house when the goblin invasion failed, and it seems that he couldn't ever escape, and he began to starve.
I deduce that he is useless and should be murdered.
Alright, let's murder him then.
Yeah.
Hey, Goblin. It's nice knowing you. Nah.
Not really.
There's a coup d'etat in the goblin.
Okay.
So,
The goblin is dead, and just as you land the killing blow, you hear the sheriff's voice, and he goes up to the wife and hold on a minute, let me put his token down. The sheriff asks the sobbing and crying lady what's wrong, and she explains that her husband has been murdered, and upon hearing this, the sheriff decides that he takes her in and arranges for her to stay at the cathedral for a few days. Her sister soon arrives to take the distraught family back to live with her. And she glares at you when she arrives and says, "Too bad you heroes weren't a bit more thorough in your heroing." And leaves with the broken family.
well, my apologies for not murdering more things.
That's that one.
Yuki adds that lady to a list of people she wants to throw paint at.
So let's bring you guys. I'm going to say it's probably at this point. It was the afternoon before, yeah. So I'm going to say it's the evening now. You guys want to do anything?
This place isn't so bad.
Are you guys going to do anything?
I'm just thinking, what is there to do?
Yeah.
A few more quests left, but just do something in the bar.
I'm going to go take a nighttime walk around town.
Okay.
I'll join you because I have nothing better to do.
Let me know if I get murdered in the street.
Alright, hold on. And Yuki stays?
Yeah, he's probably just going to sit at the bar and drink whatever is non-alcoholic.
And so, here, give me a second. Let me make this nighttime. Okay. So, you wander through the streets, and you, all of a sudden, you see a beautiful young woman approach. Argani. Hold on a second. And she asks if Argani if he wouldn't mind helping her out with a rat problem in her father's basement.
How many rats are there?
Quite a few, but I'm sure you can handle it.
Might be worth checking out.
Okay.
So
You and Shayless head into the basement. Hold on.
I'm following.
No, you do. And as you enter the basement, she slams the door shut and gives you. Well, before she does, she gives Liza a cold stare, saying "Back off," basically. And
Wait, where do I get backed off at?
right there.
Oh, so outside?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And she. Hold on a second. I have to put this down. This is going to be funny.
what?
All right. So she. What? God,
It's about to get raped.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find Yugi.
Or you get raped.
hold on a second. So, okay. Of course, there are no rats in the basement, and Shayless takes you by the hand and leads you to a bed in the corner. And
Rape dungeon.
she grabs you and then drops her top and then tries to have her way with you.
I resist.
You should actually roleplay this.
Well, what are you doing? I don't think this is appropriate. Where are the rats?
Fine. It's fine. I'm
not comfortable with this.
It's fine.
Let me leave at once.
And well, with all the shouting, give me a second. Shayless is. You hear thundering footsteps down the stairs, and down comes Shayless's father, and he runs up to you and screams, "What the hell are you doing with my daughter?"
She was the one provoking me, sir. Not
Roll
the other way
a 15
around.
diplomacy check.
Okay. Let me check my diplomacy stat.
He's one of these parents where his children can never do wrong.
So roll D15.
Hold on. Let me make
It's
sure that's right.
you're rolling diplomacy. Your difficulty challenge is 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I have to pass in order to succeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Hey, Chain, I read that wrong. First, roll. On a second. You actually need a DC 20. My bad.
Oh. Okay. So just roll D20.
Well, plus your diplomacy.
I don't have any diplomacy.
Do you have any bluff?
No.
Okay, roll it.
I have Intimidate. But I guess that doesn't really help here.
No. Roll.
I completely, utterly fail.
He screams at you and says, "Get the hell out of my store and don't ever come back."
Gladly. I storm off.
You are no longer able to shop at the blacksmiths.
Well, I never did in the first place, so...
And hold on a second. Okay, so...
Light shows up at the end without the fighter.
Where'd you dump the body?
So what do you say to Liz after this? She doesn't know what happened yet.
Where is she?
What is Yuki saying to Lies?
What is Argani
Liz
saying to Liz?
Oh,
They played me for a fool. There was no rats.
Yeah, kind of got the idea.
Well,
so
I should be more wary of such things.
Are you out of gold? They take your gold? Is that it?
No, I still have my gold.
Ah.
The woman tried to seduce me, but the owner got angry after her getting the wrong idea, and now I cannot shop at the blacksmith.
So, as I understand this, you can no longer shop at the blacksmith because the owner caught you and his daughter together, but you didn't want to be with his daughter because you're gay.
I'm not gay.
Oh. You know, I don't care. Let's just go.
Yeah, agreed.
Alright, so at this point it's pretty late in the night. What do you guys want to do?
Walk back to the inn.
Yes.
Okay.
Find Yuki.
Probably still sitting there drinking whatever she was drinking before.
What a night. I'm going to
Yuki.
bed.
Okay, she pays attention to you.
Some girl tried to rape him. It's funny.
He wasn't. You kind of get this kind of blank. No, of course it's blank.
The bartender overhears this and laughs. It was Shayless, wasn't it?
Yep. Shayless a redhead?
That's the one. She tries to sleep with everybody.
Oh.
When she heard there was a big, strong hero with a giant sword, she just had to check him out. That's what I'm guessing.
A giant sword, you say?
Me and my giant swords.
He goes back to mixing drinks. It's pretty late at night. You probably should get some sleep.
Lies with sleep.
That's the idea.
Yep, he will sleep as well.
Okay, so it is the next day, and this is where I tell you guys that this is your last chance to get any supplies because the main quest is about to resume.
Has no monies.
Yeah, I don't want to buy anything, so I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Murder more boars.
Why don't you guys go ahead and explore the town? The sheriff, as you guys begin walking out, the sheriff catches up with you. That's the wrong guy. Hold on.
Yuki's not following.
Cook, surrender.
Hey guys, I'm gonna need you guys to I'm gonna need you to come with me. Something serious is happening.
I didn't do it.
What's the matter?
Just come with me to the town hall. I'm gonna introduce you to the mayor and a guest of ours. It's just right inside. And so you should head inside. Hemlock introduces the woman sitting in the chair as Shalelu. Shalelu isn't quite a bounty hunter, survivalist, or mercenary, but rather a mix of all three. The elderly woman passes through town once or twice a season to buy supplies and never remains for more than a few days, always staying in the same room at the Rusty Dragon free of charge thanks to her long friendship with Amiko. Near the end of her visit, she meets with Sheriff Hemlock and Mayor Devrin for a few hours at the garrison to give a report on the state of the hinterlands before she leaves town again, a pouch of gold at her side. Both Hemlock and Devrin value Shalelu's reports, since they provide unbiased insight into the local farmlands, how they are faring, and keep the town council abreast of burgeoning dangers. Shalelu pays a visit to Sandpoint had paid a visit during the days after the Goblin raid, which is very unusual, as she had only passed through town a month ago and wasn't expected until the last week of autumn. Okay. And then the sheriff then introduces Shalelu to the players, to you guys, describing you guys as Sandpoint's newest crop of goblin slayers. He explains that Shalelu's been a thorn in the side of the local goblin tribes for years, and that few in the region know more about them than she does. He goes on to recap her report that Sandpoint hasn't been the only place in the region that has had goblin troubles. In short, there's been an increase in goblin-related raids along the Lost Coast, particularly in the dale between Nettlewood and Mosswood. Only a day ago, the farm south of Mosswood was burnt to the ground by a group of goblins. Shalelu was thankfully nearby, and while the whole farm couldn't be saved, she did rescue a family and drive off the goblins. The family is staying at a nearby farm for now, but the goblin problem is obviously not going away. At this point, Hemlock cedes the floor to Shalelu, asking her to tell you guys what she told him. The Lords told me of your work against the goblins. Well done. I've dedicated the last several years of my life to keeping them from causing too much trouble around these parts, but they're tenacious and fecund little runts, like weeds that bite. There are 5 major goblin tribes in the region, and traditionally they're pretty good at keeping each other in line with in-tribal squabbles and the like. Yet what I've been able to piece together, members of all 5 tribes were involved in the raid on Sandpoint. A fair number of the Mosswood goblins I dealt with yesterday were already pretty beat up, and there was a lot of chatter about Longshanks, who killed so many of them. Now that I've met you, it seems pretty obvious from the descriptions who they were talking about. Seems like you've made an impression. In any event, the fact that the 5 goblins working together disturbs me. The 5 goblin tribes. Goblin tribes don't get along unless they've got something big planned, and big plans require big bosses. I'm afraid someone's moved in on the goblins and organized them. And judging by these recent raids, what they're organizing seems bad news for all of us. After Shalelu's speech, Sheriff Hemlock announces that he's taking a few of his guards south to Magnamar to see about securing additional soldiers to station at Sandpoint for a few weeks, at least until the extent of the goblin threat can be determined. While he's out of town, he asks Shalelu to sniff around Shank's Wood, Brine Stump, Mosswood, Devil's Platter, and other places where goblins live to see if she can discover anything else about what's going on. He would also like you guys to maintain a public presence in Sandpoint over the next few days, if they don't mind. The locals seem to have taken to you, he says, and seeing you around town will do a lot for keeping worries down over the next few days. Once the meeting is over, Shalelu asks to join the PCs for dinner, asks to join you guys, at the Rusty Dragon. She'd like to hear more from them about the Sandpoint raid, and in return, she's got a fair amount of goblin lore she can impart to you guys.
Sounds good.
What kind of questions do you have for her?
Yeah. Where are the goblins, and the best place to put an explosive?
Well, I can tell you one of those things. As I mentioned earlier, the closest to Sandpoint are the Bird Cruncher goblins, who live in caves along the western edge of the Devil's Platter. Although traditionally these goblins are the least aggressive of the 5. To the south are the Licktoad goblins of Brine Stump Marsh, pests who are excellent swimmers. East are the Seven-Tooth goblins of Shankswood, who've secured a place for themselves by raiding Sandpoint's... Did I read that right? Yeah. Who've secured a place by raiding Sandpoint's junkyard and rebuilding the stolen refuge into armor and weapons. Farther east are the Mosswood Goblins, likely the largest tribe, but one traditionally held back by feuding families within their own ranks. And finally, there are the Thistletop Goblins, who live in Nestlewood Coast atop a small island that some say holds a passing resemblance to a decapitated head.
Which ones were the ones to the east? Between the Licktoad and Mosswood.
East are the Seven-Tooth Goblins of Shankswood, who are the ones that raid the junkyard.
Okay. So, to solve all of Sandpoint's problems, we go on genocide?
Well, that's one way to put it.
That is the correct way to put it.
Stay in town. But Hemlock, however, you should probably stay in town for now, as you should probably remember what the sheriff said.
Yes. Very well.
Okay, so the rest of the day is free, and then tomorrow more stuff happens. What do you guys want to do?
You go hang around.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
See what happens. Apparently we're here to have a presence now.
So what place are you at right now? Bar?
I'm gonna take a walk around, stop at the bar quite often.
Okay.
A ninja having a presence is kind of an oxymoron, isn't it?
Yes. You can go hide if you wish.
Just totally gonna like stalk around the rooftops and shit. Like,
I cast... Wait, can I do that? That might not be a thing I can do.
What?
cast light on her.
Nope. Disguise self is self. So,
It's about the afternoon right now.
alright. So, we're supposed to stay here, in town. And, I don't know, I'm just gonna walk around and keep my ears open
Okay.
for anything interesting.
What are you guys gonna do?
Yuki's probably just gonna do ninja things, like sticking to rooftops and keeping eyes on everybody.
Great. I'm the creepy cute one. She's the creepy weird one.
How the fuck?
Or no, weird one? Weird cute one?
Yeah.
And
And
the Ghani's the one all the women want to rape.
That's great.
I'll just stay in the bar and see if I hear anything interesting.
Stay in the bar. Avoid all women.
Exactly.
What does Yuki do?
Sticking to rooftops, looking at shit. Trying to make sure nobody's like breaking the law. But she doesn't really know. She's just like, is that bad? He's kicking a baby. Is that bad?
So, as Argani, I'm rolling for some stuff now, just so this day doesn't have nothing in it.
Okay.
So, as Argani is enjoying it. By the way, where's Lies right now? What's Lies doing?
Wandering around, so...
Is Lies near the bar, or is
Sure.
she in a different place?
Bar sounds
Yes
great.
or no?
Yes.
Okay. So, a man walks into the bar, and he shouts something in a different language. Argani doesn't understand it, but all the other townsfolk look at him angrily. Then they look to each other, and then they start fighting. Everyone in the bar is angry and is fighting each other. Combat. Everyone in the bar is fighting. They don't appear to be attacking you yet, but if you don't do anything to quell this situation, they most certainly will.
Okay, I'll run up to the man. What exactly did you just say to make all these people enraged? Pardon?
He says, he just shouted, "Stay out of this for me." If you didn't
Everyone calm
understand it,
down.
then you wouldn't understand it.
Um,
Random people are fighting.
I have no idea what to do.
Do I hear shit?
I'll try to break apart the fight.
There's multiple fights happening.
Would you see this through like a window or something? Because she's just kind of hanging around the bar just outside.
Can Lies hear this shit?
Yeah, the fight is so big that some of the people are spilling out into the street and just beating the shit out of each other.
Oh my god!
What the hell?
Gonna like approach these two guys and like try and pull them off each other.
Roll a DC 10 strength check.
Oh well, I'm gonna fail that.
Do I have a strength?
10, DC 10.
Yeah, we're not people good at that. I get a 7.
I mean, they're
Can we add our two?
they're commoners. Okay, so let's say it's 5 because they're level 1 commoners.
Okay.
So you pull them away from each other.
Hey,
The one Yuki pulled away seems to be bleeding.
What the hell?
What's going? Why are you guys fighting?
Shut up! You don't understand.
Yeah, so
You gotta
tell
understand.
me. So tell me, so I can understand.
She's too angry to explain anything and is trying to reach out and attack the other person, who is also equally as angry.
Can I club him in the head, doing non-lethal damage?
That's a good question.
Sure.
That's a 12 versus AC.
That hits. And their HP is 4.
Okay, so if I get a 6, they're unconscious. Oh, 4.
So you do you knock them out then?
That's the goal. It's non-lethal damage.
Okay.
Would a 10 hit?
No. 10 does not hit.
Okay.
They both, so Lies, do you knock out your target? She had 4 health.
Yeah.
Okay. She gets knocked out, and that's that. So one problem is taken care of, among many others.
I go try to hit Yuki's person without hitting Yuki.
Okay.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna say you hit Yuki for 1 point of non-lethal damage.
Ow!
What's apologies?
Okay, well, we're try this again.
I'm not sure how to
determine.
There's a 14. No, there's 0. No, you know what? No, she's gonna tie this lady up.
Okay. I'm gonna do a sleight of hand check.
Okay. Wait, she is or I am?
Whoever's tying him up.
Okay.
That sounds fair, right?
Yeah.
28.
That does it.
Cool. She's gonna toss her in a bush. Stay there.
Ow!
Look in the bar. There's just a mass of people, right?
Yeah, there's multiple groups of people beating the shit out of each other.
I'm trying to separate this group of 3 here.
The biggest one seems to be here.
Argani, take a step back. I'm going to cast Sleep. I need to go look at how wide this area of effect is.
I'll try to sleep. I'll try to break apart this group.
I'm gonna try and break up the group up there.
Okay. Blair.
Sleep,
What's up?
Range medium.
Trying to people
You're
fighting.
cutting out a lot, Mark. There you
I
go.
am. There. Yeah. I'm trying to separate this group of people. What do I roll for?
Which group? That one? Which one?
This one.
Do DC 10 strength.
Okay.
DC 5. That's what I meant. DC 10 would be for the group of 3 people.
Oh.
Okay,
DC 5. Okay.
This is the group of 3 people, right?
Yeah, that Lies is casting a spell on...
I'm casting Sleep on them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are DC 15 will saves.
Okay. Their will is -1, so hold on. So one of them gets knocked out. 2, 3. They all fall unconscious.
Nice one, Lies.
They're all battered and bloody.
Are they all in critical condition?
No, they're just really hurt.
Okay.
They all got broken noses. Some of them, dislocated shoulder. They're all just beating the shit out of each other. So, yeah.
Was my roll successful?
What did you roll?
11.
Sure. You separate the two.
I like how the chef is just continuing cooking in the background.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, there's a fire out there? Gotta make some food.
He glances out for a second, and then goes back to cooking.
Just another Tuesday. So I need to get a DC 5 strength check to stop these two from fighting?
Yeah.
Yeah!
Okay. Which group?
Up here.
Those? Okay. You pull them apart?
Yeah.
I'll be right back. 30 seconds. Less.
Okay. Okay, so Yuki, what do you do?
I want to intimidate him and make him stop.
Okay, roll an intimidation check. I'm going to say...
Diplomacy.
Okay.
Alright, well, it doesn't matter.
Back.
15.
Alright, you said intimidate?
Yeah.
Okay. Which one do you intimidate? Or both?
Both.
That one? Well...
Or, yeah, that one.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, so you intimidate the bleeding one by saying what?
I'll make your wounds even worse if you do not stop this nonsense.
He shudders and looks down and then lowers his fists. The other woman is still trying to lunge at him.
Can I tie her up then?
Sleight of hand check.
Using all my rope for this nonsense. 27.
Okay. You tie
Toss
her
her.
up.
Tie her to the bench.
Okay.
You stay up here.
What is up with the well-dressed guy?
This guy? He appears... This one right here?
Yeah, him.
He appears to be carrying a torch and is waving it at the bartender, threateningly.
Okay, I'd like to approach the bar, jump up on the bar, and look at him threateningly.
Roll an intimidation.
Nat 20 for 26.
He backs up against the wall and says, "What the hell do you want? This isn't your fight."
What is going on?
You wouldn't understand.
Try me.
We can't explain it to you. It's something so deep in our culture you would never even be able to even grasp it.
What does he look like?
He looks like slightly more adventuring types, like someone who's seen the outdoors, seen a lot.
Like ethnicity. Ethnicity?
He appears to look like they're the same race as the locals.
Okay. Well, the only thing I got is a shocking grasp.
Zap him.
So I can poke him with my stick. Oh, that's a 9.
He sees you try to attack him. Roll for initiative.
All of us are just lying.
You guys did really good. I was really expecting more. I was expecting more combat. So just him, no one else. I mean, you guys can roll too, I guess. But she's the closest. So, okay. Alright, I'm gonna use... Perfect. Initiative is +3. 10. Oh god, no. Maybe I shouldn't use this guy. Actually, he might... Well,
We can take him.
We has a fighter.
Yeah.
Alright. Um,
We're level
See,
2s now. I'm only terribly pathetic.
I actually improved quite a bit.
this. Okay, and then he rolled a 10, so let's add him. This is a tough guy, guys.
Okay.
Oh, wait,
what?
sorry, that's his health. My bad.
Oh, I was like,
well,
wow,
now we know.
If he rolled a 485 for his initiative, he's beyond terrifying.
Alright, hold on, let me, actually, there's a button to do this. Hold on.
It's like a minimum dex of 35.
Yeah.
Dex modifier.
His dex is, actually, his dex is 8. So,
Really?
he appears to be a very angry ruffian.
I think it's stabbed in the back, that's for sure.
Alright, since it's my turn, I'll rush over and do a charge attack.
But then those two are going to start fighting again.
Well, this guy seems more pressing.
If you guys can beat him, you'll get a lot of experience, that's all I'm saying.
So,
Got it.
Yeah. I think I'll do... One moment. Let me see my feats.
So what do you
What
roll?
is... I'm just looking... What is cleave?
Oh, cleave allows you to hit more than one person at a time. You'd probably want to
I'm just
power.
going to warn you guys, this is a very strong guy. I'm sorry
well,
that you rolled such a high encounter.
I'll do a power attack then.
Okay. Okay, roll.
What's the modifiers for power attack?
It's going to be... You're level 2, right? So...
Yes.
6, so it's going to be a +5 to attack.
And minus...
Well, that's including the -1. So it's you get a +6, -1.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
D20 +5.
18. So does that
His
hit?
AC is 11,
Okay.
so you hit him.
Oh.
Roll for damage.
Yep.
Okay. 13. Okay, it is now Yuki's turn.
well, as a swift action, she's going to disappear from the battlefield, as in just going invisible.
Okay.
She's going to walk up behind this guy and attack him.
Okay.
So he just loses like all of his dexterity and shit like that. Does a 10 hit?
I'm sorry. It's an
Damn.
11.
You know what his dex? Oh, right, yeah,
His,
no.
his AC is 11.
Damn.
It's +2 armor and then -1 dex. It ends up being 11.
Okay.
So, anyway, it is now the ruffian's turn. So sorry. He's going to attempt to attack with his, I believe it's a MWK dagger. Hold on.
Masterwork dagger.
His masterwork dagger, which is a +7 to attack.
Oh.
So, 9 + 7 is 16 versus AC.
Who is he attacking?
Oh, he is attacking. Sorry, he's attacking Argani.
Okay, that hits.
Okay. Okay. Max damage. He does 7 damage to you.
Okay. They go down to 18.
Can you mark that on your character?
Okay. There we go. Now what?
Well, wait. I still don't see it on your character.
That's strange. I put it on him.
Do you guys
did
see
you put it on
it?
your token? No, I'm not seeing anything.
No,
I see it on the ruffian.
Yeah, the ruffian's health I know is visible.
You don't have his markers showing to everybody.
It's I have it set so that people will see his name and a first bar.
Okay.
Well, I use the third
Let's
bar.
try the other two. Still not showing, and now I've shown all the bars.
Odd.
Here, let me put it in. What is your health?
It's 18. Out of
Okay,
25.
what you did was you didn't put in the max health.
Oh, I see. Where do I
Okay.
put that in then?
It was the other box.
Oh, I see.
You were supposed to hit the gear, then you just fill in the spot for bar 1.
Oh, I see.
Okay, it is Lai's turn.
Okay. Is there a knowledge roll I can use to guess if he's higher level than me?
Sure. Go ahead and roll for that.
Like, what would that be?
I'm going to say it's a fairly obvious thing, so get higher than 10.
What? Perception, sense motive, knowledge?
Try perception.
19.
You would imagine that he is around level 7.
Okay. No way I can touch him with Dazing Touch.
Jesus.
So I will call upon my bonded item to refresh one spell. That spell shall be Shocking Grasp, and I will poke him. 12 versus touch.
12 versus... his touch AC is 9. That hits.
What the? Wait, I'm sorry. What happened?
I don't think whatever you did was right.
Why did... Oh, okay, I'm trying to do that.
9 damage?
9 damage.
Okay.
Jeez. I have to go
hold on.
update that in the macros.
23. Okay. Agani's turn.
Okay, I do another power attack.
22 versus AC hits. 12 damage. Alright. That leaves... Yeah. You guys are doing well.
Yeah.
Alright, Yuki's turn. Wait, hold on, I fucked up. There you go.
I'm gonna attack twice. Does 17 hit?
Yes.
6 damage.
Okay.
And 14. Does 14 hit?
Yes.
6 damage.
You... he is at -1 health. What do you want to do with him?
We don't want to kill him because we kind of want to question him.
Interrogate him.
Yeah, but he won't tell us shit. Shit, I kind of have to wait for the sheriff.
Yes, well, number 1, we should tie him up. Number 2, those guys who are sleeping over there are going to wake up in a minute.
That's going to be a problem.
So, I'm going to go
I
over
can
there
use
and tie
intimidate
them
to
up.
convince them to stop fighting. Or yeah, you
Okay.
could just tie them up. We should tie up this guy too, though. I'll use my rope to tie him up.
Since he's not conscious, you don't need to roll for that. Alright.
He's going to approach these two guys and be like, hey, it's over. Stop.
They sigh and kind of just turn back to their drink, sitting at different tables. Whatever caused them to fight seems they now seem to be melancholy about it.
Oh yeah, Yuki's going to go inside and retrieve her rope from the lady who's been stuck into a bush. And she's going to get out of here.
Okay. The lady in the bush is definitely still bleeding.
Well, she can go do that without herself.
Okay.
Yuki is not in the mood for these
So
games.
did you let her go?
Yeah, she just took the rope and told her to get lost.
Okay. She leaves.
I gotta go disappear for another 15 seconds.
Okay.
I wait for the sheriff to arrive.
The sheriff arrives after about 10 minutes. What seems to be the problem? And he notices the blood. What the hell happened here?
This man just spoke something in a foreign language, and then everybody started fighting.
See, any idea at all what he could have said?
Nope.
Not a clue.
But you can ask him. Yuki was actually trying to kick him away.
Oops.
The man doesn't seem to wake up. And if he is awake, he doesn't seem to want it to be known. All right, well, I'll just haul him off for questioning. Thanks for your help. Just try to refrain from getting involved in these bar fights. We don't want the town to start thinking you're the bad guys.
Right.
And the sheriff leaves with the ruffian, and it appears that the ruffian left behind his masterwork dagger.
Ooh.
What do you do?
Can I take that?
I mean, you
Yeah.
can.
Let's let Yuki have it. She'll probably benefit most from it.
Okay.
Lai sits down at the bar, looks at the bartender, and says, "Wine."
The bartender's nose is very visibly broken, but he doesn't seem to mind. Right up.